Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have some new review. In first review, this is Samsung Galaxy Note 9 and as it hold up after 5 years in 2023. Let's find out. So another Galaxy Note review. This Note 9 was a flagship phone in 2018 and a successor to the Note 8. They call this Note a super powerful Note, and actually this is one of my dream phones, so I have it right now as my daily driver. Wow! I've been using this phone for 8 weeks and it's my review and conclusion using this phone in 2023. Let's go! So let's go to its design. This still looks like the predecessor, Note 8, but on the back, they have moved down the fingerprint scanner because it was too high for some people. But for me, it's alright and reachable. I prefer this Note 8 placement over the Note 9. I usually touch the camera lens more than the Note 8. But this phone still feels premium and sturdy, like what you get on flagship phones. This Note 9 body is in great condition. There are no scratches and dents, and it feels brand new. I would like to mention that this phone has a expandable memory slot and a headphone jack, which we don't have with Samsung flagship phones today. The Galaxy Note 9 has 6 colors: midnight black, metallic copper, cloud silver, alpine white, lavender purple, and ocean blue. And what I have is lavender purple, and I do like this color on the Note 9, but as my daily driver, I don't. That's why I use a skin. But my favorite is the ocean blue, because it has a yellow S Pen which looks good together. So let's go to its display. This has a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display that has 1050 nits peak brightness with HDR10. Actually, I couldn't review this screen because it has a AMOLED burn and discoloration. But when it's the original display with no problem, of course it's the great quality expected from the Samsung screen. The screen design is pretty familiar with the Note 8, but they made it a little bit bigger by 6.4 inches compared to 6.3 inches on the Note 8. If you're asking me how's using the phone with a screen discoloration and screen burn. Screen burn is alright, but screen discoloration was not enjoyable because it changes the color of the screen that is showing. So I prefer a cracked screen over screen discoloration. So let's go to its performance. This runs with an Exynos 9810 and 6GB of RAM. This generation where Samsung puts all the power on the Note series. That's why they call this a super powerful Note. Even this a 5-year-old phone, it still performs great even though this is a Exynos variant. Like experienced some minor lags which is normal, but this phone shows its age today, and also this has a Exynos variant which is a power hungry chip, so this does drink quicker than the Snapdragon variant. The only problem that I've encountered when using this phone as my daily driver is that sometimes it is laggy when unlocking it. I'm almost stuck at the lock screen or even not turning on because it was loading. I don't know if it's the RAM problem or something, but that's what I'm noticing when using this phone. I tried playing heavy games on this phone like Call of Duty Mobile and it can still handle and playable. It has very high graphics and frame rates. I didn't encounter a lot of lags or frame drops while playing, and also it's just warm and hot for many rounds of the game. On the software, it is running the latest version it can run, Android 10 running One UI 2.5. This software is outdated by Android standard and it lacks some features that some newer software has. But it's good that this runs One UI, which the latest Samsung phones runs today. The latest security patch that this phone has is July 1st, 2022 patch. So it has last year patch. So let's go to its battery. It has a 4000 mAh battery that can charge with a 15 watts wired and 7.5 watts wireless charging. This was a big jump from the Note 8 which has a 3300 mAh battery. This still has the original battery that it came with, and it lasts me 5 to 6 hours on continuous usage and charging it 2 to 3 times depending on my usage. I'm impressed that the original battery can still last, so I don't need to replace it. And I don't want to open this phone because it will break the IP rating seal of the phone. So let's go to its camera. It has a dual 12 megapixel camera on the back. The main camera has 12 megapixel f1.5 and 2.4 aperture. And the telephoto camera has 12 megapixel f2.4 aperture camera. Both of them have OIS and support up to 4K at 60 fps. Then on the front is a 8 megapixel f1.7 aperture selfie camera that supports up to 4040p at 30 fps. It also has a 2 megapixel camera for the iris scanning feature. The main camera has a dual aperture camera that was introduced on the S9 series. It physically switches between f1.5 to f2.4 aperture depending on your lighting. I'm gonna show you some photos that I've taken with this phone. The camera is still alright and good. It's not too awesome or bad. It can still compete with some budget and mid-range phones today. The outdoor shots look sharp, detailed, and great colors. But when there's a decent lighting, the camera can get blurry sometimes or oversaturated. And when it comes to low light, the dynamic range is sometimes weak, so it can be blurry or washed out. The selfie on the other hand, this I don't like on the camera sometimes. It does get washed out, noisy, and blurry even at decent lighting. On the other hand, the back video is still great and same as I mentioned earlier. And there's an OIS, so it can be steady when taking videos. The software video on the other hand is alright, and same as I mentioned earlier, and even at this lighting, there's still some noise, so you need some good lighting. So to these features, this is the heart of the Note, the S Pen. The design and function are pretty familiar with this S Pen, and it has a Bluetooth integration, but it only uses the air remote because it doesn't support air action that the successor Note 10 and higher has. The air remote is useful if you need it, like when taking photos far away, sliding through presentations, or changing something. This is configurable on the settings. Actually, the S Pen makes me more productive and tried something new on this phone. Like the Smart Select and Translate features are my favorite, and I tried digital drawing on this phone. It has the IP68 water and dust resistant, but don't trust the IP rating on some older phones because it may be opened before, so it does break the seal. But fun fact, I gained confidence and tried using this phone in the rain, and it's still alive. Also, the S Pen is water resistant. It has fast charging, a heart rate sensor that I use sometimes, a notification light indicator on the top which is still useful, and fingerprint scanner and iris scanner. The fingerprint is quick and responsive. The iris scanner on the other hand, it is still quick and responsive, but you need to be in a right angle and position. I do like the iris scanner, but Samsung ditched it on the S10 and Note 10 series. It also has Samsung DeX, which turned this phone into a PC desktop experience, but it does show some lags frequently. But it's a great feature for me and I use it. So conclusion, should you get a Samsung Galaxy Note 9 in 2023? For me is yes. This phone is still useful and can get your job done, or even more than that. Yes, the show is aged, but the whole phone performance is still acceptable today. This is still alright as a secondary phone, but when using it as a daily driver like I am, it is still great. I think you should consider is the software, because this has an outdated software by Android standards. But it's also much better than some budget or mid-range phones today. The only consideration is the software, but other than that, it is alright and great. Always remember that find a great condition used phone when you're buying one. It doesn't have issues or many issues like this Note 9 that I have. This is my conclusion and review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 in 2023. This phone was really great and even changed my life because of the S Pen. I didn't regret having this phone, and again, this is my dream phone. So that's my Samsung Galaxy Note 9 review in 2023. Make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell to notify when I post a video. Also, this video will be your next review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So goodbye and see you at my next video. Goodbye!